Look into a thing in a place.
I'm gonna have to take so many fucking laxatives.
I thought you were gonna say pills, but also that might be a pill.
Well, it just depends what kind of
Depending
laxative
on
you're
how you
taking.
do it.
Yeah. Are you taking it by mouth or are you taking it in the butt? But well, I guess a capsule is
Wait, there's
technically a pill, so
wait, is there a
either way.
laxative suppository? So it's just in then out? Like,
Steve, how does your brain work?
no, because like I've heard of laxatives. I know of laxatives that you can like fucking, you can drink like a tablespoon of, or you can like take a fucking pill. I've never heard of one that's a suppository, and that kind of seems a little counterintuitive.
That's like one of the most famous ones.
But like, so what are you intended to like put? I'm sorry to get graphic here, but are you intended to push it out with shit, or
Like, so what it does is it's like both a lubricant and then also loosens up the constipation within your butt. So then whenever it does that, you're then able to shit.
does it dissolve inside, or does it get pushed back out? Do you pull it out? Like what? It's like is it like
It's a fucking
a
capsule.
laxative
It's a gel
tampon?
capsule that dissolves in your anus.
I'm
How
glad
you
that's
take
the
it in the
first thing
mouth
back
and
I
how
heard.
it dissolves in your body that way is the same way that it'll dissolve if it goes up the other orifice.
So when you take a laxative suppository, your body goes
Oh my
starts
god.
to go through changes, and these changes are perfectly normal and natural.
I'm talking about suppositories for way too long.
I suppository that is correct.
I'll fucking French prince you.
I thought you said you'll
I said
conceive
prince.
me.
No, I said French prince. I meant to say French press.
French Prince. The French Prince sent me an email for a lot of money recently.
The French Prince of Bel Air.
He just bitches about how there isn't any good bread around town.
There isn't no fucking cheese around, and that makes me sound German.
No,
No.
Was that the first time
very
I actually did a
incorrect.
successful French accent and I called it German because I thought I was failing at it?
You didn't do either one correctly. You just
Well,
did an
then
accent.
what is this accent? Raw.
It's shitty.
Generic
That's what it
European.
is.
Somewhere in Europe. Just throw a fucking dart at a European map. Why are French people like the stereotype always portrayed as having like a gritty voice? Like, is they always sound like this?
Because they're
They
smokers.
can't sound like this. I mean, I guess if you're a Disney character, what?
Because they're smokers.
Oh, French people smoke. That's true. Just like New Yorkers. Who
Sure.
smokes more, the German or the French?
If I
Let's
answer
get
that
some
as a
specifics.
joke, I'll get fucking canceled. So we're gonna move on. Anyways, welcome to A Thing in a Place. Uh, let's start the fucking show. That'd be great. Oh my god, there's still 2 Christmas trees. I'm gonna fucking piss.
Oh, wait. There's two Christmas trees. That means that this episode of A Thing in a Place is in 3D. Put on the glasses under your seats now. See, then you can make something
I
out.
like that at least one person looked.
I fucking noticed that. Also, I like that one person's in an Enterprise outfit, or
It's
Starfleet.
actually
Sorry.
still here.
All right, two
Yes.
people,
If
including
he
Maynard.
crashed. Oh, okay. It's just
Are
Are
you
you
in
on
2D mode?
2D mode?
Yes, I'm in 2D mode.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
It's just because
I went,
your body was like still, so I was like, oh shit, is
did
she
you sell
dead?
your Quest or something?
I'm
What?
just not using it.
Oh, okay. Well, because I thought that would be preferable, maybe to using 2D for this.
No. Like
No, I
she
have to
doesn't
have a
have to have
big
anything
bulky
on
thing
her.
on my face for an hour. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, sure.
Maybe I'm just too used to it. I've been in VR for about half a decade now, so maybe I'm just like indoctrinated into it.
Well, I mean, like, if you're just gonna do a fucking show where you don't need to be fucking mobile all the time, I mean, it kind of
It's
just
true.
makes
I
sense
just
to be
never
like
considered it.
stationary,
Yeah.
which just don't have that option, so I don't.
But I was a rec
My
room dude
opinion,
for a year. It really doesn't feel like it. Like before I got to alt, a year I spent in rec room. I can't fathom that now. It's like, no offense to rec room, it doesn't have that much to offer unless you're like 14
what do you mean?
maybe. Like this rec room is like fun for like it's still fun if you're in it for like half an hour. But I went in for much longer than half an hour for like an entire year, and I don't get why I did that anymore.
I don't know. I think Rec Room's fun, like
It's
with
fun,
friends.
just in much more limited quantities, in my opinion.
Hmm. I don't know. I tend to have a pretty good time in Rec Room.
Oh wait, but you like the puzzle and adventure shit where you have to figure a lot of stuff out. That probably
No, like
takes a
I'm talking
while.
about like
Right.
fucking bullshit that it actually offers to you as like a thing that Rec Room made.
Because
Playing
like
that shit
most
is
of
fun.
I like doing that for maybe like a half hour or an hour at a time, but then like I mean, in for social VR stuff, I usually like to just talk to people like you can in the campfire here. But over there, then you end up talking statistically within 10 minutes to like a 9-year-old. And I'm like, this isn't for me, at that
Well,
point.
that's why I added the asterisks with friends. Like if you're with people,
Yeah, if you're already
that's
with
what it's
people.
for.
Yeah. But here I could just come in alone and find someone. Space Vakara, by the way, good to see you. You're one of those people. He never
The
comes to
name
these. It's
drop
good to see
people.
you. He knows. We
You're
love
far
him.
away.
He's
We can't
great.
hear you. Raise your hand. Oh wait, you can't because we forgot to add the
Scream at
fucking
the
button.
top of
God
your
damn it.
lungs.
No, I did it. There.
By the way, something that happened in between our last full episode and this one, uh, Chris Pratt's playing everybody, and including me for
Yeah.
this episode. Ironically, because I'm queer.
Oh, yeah. I don't really have much input on that. Going to be
Oh, okay.
positive in any shape or form.
Yeah, no,
So
Chris Pratt is a good actor, but he donates a lot of money to homophobic churches. That's all we need to say about that.
Bad person.
Bad
Full
dude.
support.
I was gonna say he plays a
he
good
was
guy, but he's actually a
so
bad guy.
funny on
He
Parks
plays
and
at
Rec
best an
though.
okay guy in Guardians of the Galaxy. He is very misguided.
But he's so funny in Parks and Rec.
He is, and in Guardians. But
And he's
there's a lot.
very great.
There's a lot of people who were funny who we now know.
Wait, okay. I think a person that has stayed pretty good throughout the years is fucking Adam Sandler.
I, in quality of comedy, I disagree. As a person, I'd probably agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that like all of his jokes are amazing,
Watch
but
Jack and
like
Jill, and I dare you to want to see any of his work. Yeah. Well, he was in Sonic, which I still want to see. Actually, how is that? Because you might be the only one
I
here who's
like
seen
the
it.
Sonic movie. It's pretty good.
She's also a big Sonic fan, so I think she's pretty reputable.
actually I've only seen the first quarter and the second half. So like
You
that
sound like a sports
the
kid.
second quarter I haven't seen, but everything else I have. It's great.
I opened it once and I forgot to continue it, but I really liked it because it was made by Paramount. And Paramount likes to do those stylized intros in like the last 20 years. And so I really like that it had the rings come around to form what would be stars for it. I really like
Mhm.
that. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
fucking
more
Paramount.
stylized intro studios. Sorry, what?
Oh, I just said fucking Paramount. That like it just like a whole bunch of things went through my brain and I didn't verbalize any of them. Oh my
What do they
god.
pair
So
about?
I hate you. So last week we didn't do an episode. Oh, we did do
You
it.
did a very short one.
Yes, because I had just come back from a double funeral. Oh wait, no, I talked
Wow.
about that last week. Never mind. We'll move on
Okay.
from that. I don't want to repeat stories. Fucking. Oh my god. So I have both a very simple and a very hard job, which is being a nanny. But one of the kids has mild to severe autism. So like
Hmm.
when he has good days, everything's fucking great. Whenever he has bad days, oh no.
Okay, I know
So
that story.
he's the
As someone
type
who
that
was an
whenever he gets
autistic kid, for those who don't know, I
what do
like
you mean
not that I'm
was you
insulting
are?
autistic people. Well, I mean, like, no, I was an
Stevie's not a
autistic
kid
child.
anymore.
I am now an
Back
autistic adult.
fair.
So, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that's true. I fucked up. But so whenever he gets overstimulated, he gets violent, which is like I don't know how to like help because I haven't ever been like directly told that I can like prevent that. So I
Mm.
try my best to not like engage with another person's kid because it's like I don't know if I'm hurting any more than helping. But like it
Put
got
the gun down,
very
Don.
fucking
That sounded funnier in my head. Please keep going and trample.
no, I didn't hear you. What did you fucking say to
I
me?
don't want to repeat it. Please
Fine.
keep going.
Okay. Anyway, so it got like very like earlier today because like so one of the littler girls she's trying to learn how to read and so she needed time to read a book. She was doing really good. And then the boy, which is the autistic one, uh just like started like came over and just started hitting her for some fucking reason. And I was like, oh hell no, is this about to happen? So I hold him and tell her to go into the other room, and then I let him go. And then he then follows her into the other room, and I'm like, fuck.
I
So
really don't
I
like that I relate
basically
to this story. I don't like that this is giving me flashbacks. Like keep going. I'm just saying.
so so then I block him to my best abilities of getting into the other room where she is. And so I'm like, fuck, now she's cornered. So even if he does get in here, like she's trapped in here now. Uh so then I eventually get her into her own room and she has the door closed, but now he's like fucking pounding on the door and it's like, oh my god, I don't know at what point, like I can't tackle a child, especially a child with special needs. Like I can't do that.
How old
So
was this kid? I forget.
he's 8.
Okay, okay.
Like, but he's like to the point where he's strong enough to do some fucking damage. So like,
Right, right.
so it's like a fucking weird zone where I'm like, shit, I can't do anything that would like stop him, but also I can't let him fucking beat the shit out of the much smaller child. So
How old
it
was the
was
other
like
child? I forget.
she's
Oh, okay, okay.
so it was just like holy fuck. So then I had to like make that quick run for it to be like, hey, your fucking kid is like about to beat the shit out of your other kid. I need fucking assistance, please. And so then she like semi handled it, but also didn't at the same time. It was very weird because I was like, okay, this is what happened. Then she started yelling at the other kid, and it's like, no, she wasn't doing shit. Like, don't yell at her. She's the one being attacked. Wherever. It was just a whole bunch of crap, and I didn't feel like putting up with that today.
I know this is a bit too late to say this, but I know
Mm,
like we already have an established thing where you might talk about your family from time to time. Well, actually, let's be real, it happens a lot. I don't know if you
yeah,
should be talking about that person's family on here.
I'm not name dropping anyone. I'm venting
It's
about
true,
work.
but it's just I don't know. Anyway, it just rings like a red flag for me. I don't know. But while we're already here,
You
I
fucking
because
fire
like
me for talking about your kids. I didn't say their names,
I
and I definitely didn't say your fucking name, so fuck you. Uh,
I but yeah, when I was a
at least
kid,
take their cake this week.
I like judging by the story you just told, I was very comparatively lucky to grow up as the youngest because I also had like this shit where I had very similar outbursts of like violence towards my sisters, but they were at minimum 4 years older than me. The other one
Mm,
was 7 years older than me, and always has been. Like I say, was as if that's changed, but like it. So I know that I couldn't have realistically, you know, done the same kind of harm, and so I'm like, shit. Actually, yeah, that does make a difference. The fact that he was older than her and bigger than her, and I don't know what would have happened. Holy shit.
yeah. So like, but that's like the like internal dilemma is like I don't know to what degree I'm allowed to prevent this, and then also if I am allowed to assist, how do I assist without like making it worse? That's something I don't know yet or understand how to do. It's fucking
Well, don't
fucked
pull
up.
any wrestling moves. I heard one guy suggest that once upon a time.
No, 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 no. Like that's what I'm saying though. Is like I can't like if this was like an adult, I'd beat the shit out of it. But like I can't do that because one, that's wrong. And then two, like is like my internal like
And it's
mother
not
instincts
wrong
are
if
like,
it's an
fuck,
adult.
protect the child. But then also it's like, fuck, this one's also a child. So like, what do I do?
I feel like this is the you just like came across the real life equivalent of like a
The trolley
philosophy
problem.
studies like you like I was gonna say like well I don't know if exactly the trolley problem, but like someone in their philosophy class has gotten a fucking assignment about what do you do in this situation, motherfucker, about like ethics and fucking all that.
Yeah, because
I
like
don't
I don't
know
want
the
to
answer to
fucking
that.
like, because I don't want to like fucking fully traumatize him by like drop kicking this bitch. But like,
Right. Well,
like
I mean,
I also
you're
can't
a
let him. But all like I've definitely
You're a,
witnessed him nearly fucking
you're a grown
strangle to
ass
death his own
adult,
sisters.
so like I feel like you could at least hold him back at bare minimum from doing anything like that.
Well,
You
yes.
know,
So like earlier, I will admit, I fucking
you
grabbed
give
his
him a
legs and I
hug,
had to
like a
hold
tough
them.
hug. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was doing to his legs earlier to like help her get out of the one fucking room into the next, and then like from there, I let him go because I was like, I can't like hold him down forever. But anyways, other news that's just as terrible. Oh, the audience is gone.
You just like turned around as the last one left, by the way.
But before I get there, because the next story like sucks, but then it gets better. But instead of me speaking forever, Ashley, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I'm brain dead.
Okay, I can speak more.
Like, are you okay, or are you just tired? Like,
Yeah, I'm just clocked out.
oh, okay, that's fine. Oh no, we got one of the guys back. I think he was just re-entering or something.
Yay! But anyways, so now on to like another thing that's gonna be like really shitty at first, but I swear to God it gets better. I have this old neighbor that I go spend time with every day. Because she's old and lives alone. She's
Is this the
78.
one you've been talking about to me?
Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
and there was one evening last week, I think it was Tuesday night, that I had just gotten off of work and I was really, really sick. So I didn't want to go to her house just because I was fucking so tired and didn't want to spread anything to her. So I didn't go that evening. That evening, she fucking fell and broke her femur. And then I
Hui.
felt really bad. But even if I did go visit her, it wouldn't have been around the time whenever she had fallen. So still not my fault. Uh, so the way how our houses are set up, there's like a house and like 6 feet of space and another house. What the hell are you giggling at? This
I
isn't
did like
funny.
I heard him say something, but I don't know what it was. That kind of scared me. Although I know pointless, but I can't hear him as well as like would have been able to previously.
Yeah. But
Yes, we
anyways,
are
so
talking about you. Yes. I
oh okay,
didn't know he wasn't muted. Oh
that's
fuck.
whatever.
Uh,
So the way how
right.
our houses are set up is there's like the house and then like 5 to 6 feet of space, then like maybe another 5 to 6 feet of space, and then another house. So that way there's
Right.
like alleyways to get to the backyard or put your fucking trash cans, and then also that's where the air conditioner boxes are set, and the conditioners sit on like a fuck, what do you call that? Not a platform, like a platform's another word, but there's like foundation, and it's a concrete foundation that they both sit on for the upstairs and downstairs uh, aircon units. So whenever she fell, her hip and like upper leg area smashed onto the concrete corner of that.
Fuck.
Uh, so she shattered her upper femur completely, and she said that she was screaming for about 45 minutes before someone actually heard her.
Motherfucker, you did not tell me the 45 minutes. Holy shit.
Yeah, because I didn't know that for a while, and then she said it. I was
Oh
like,
god, that's
eh.
bleak. Oh, that's fucking. Oh,
So
that's hard.
what's even more fucked up about it is that like our walls aren't thick, so I'm so fucking perplexed as to how
How
no
you
one
didn't
heard
hear
her
shit?
for 45 minutes. And it was someone that was 2 doors
You
down
said
that
you
heard
live
her.
near her. How did you not hear? Like, I'm not blaming you.
I,
I'm
I
saying
live I
how.
live a few blocks away from her, so I didn't. There was no way that I could have heard.
Blocks. Okay, you made. Okay, sorry. The way that I don't know if I misinterpreted, but the way that you described it made it sound like she was like across the street, a couple doors down, or something.
No, no,
Like,
no. That's another
yeah.
one of my neighbors that's old that goes
Oh,
sometimes.
okay. He knows a
No, no,
lot of
no.
old women.
Yes.
That's John's thing.
uh, yeah, like I know all the old ladies in our neighborhood. Um, because
You
there's
made it. You could have
Lorraine,
made a
Kay,
gang
and
out of that.
Donna, and Kay. I mean, we basically are. We go fucking like dinner every Thursday. It's great.
Put on
Um,
bandanas and fake tattoos. I want to see how people react to that around where you
I guarantee I could do it. Uh,
live.
anyways,
Put them
fucking
on like fucking tricycles, zip their motorcycle.
I don't think they could fucking like bend down that far without breaking some
That's
shit.
true.
Uh,
Put them in like a
yeah.
Barbie Jeep, like that one trick or treating kid.
But so anyways, so she fell. She was screaming for a very long time until one of our other neighbors, like fucking, like he said that he turned off the TV to go to bed, but then heard her screaming and was like, the fuck? And went to check on her. That's when he found that her fucking everything was just fucked up. So another thing that also perplexes me is that an ambulance came to get her. Ambulances not only have the fucking flashing lights, they're also loud as and it would have to go
Yeah.
past my fucking house in order to get to her house. I don't know how the hell
They had
nobody
a
heard
stealthy
that shit.
ambulance this time. They're just like, you know what? Let's not wake some people up. Call an ambulance.
It's just it
That's
was
what
weird.
that's what
So
she
then
got.
they rushed her off to the hospital, and then at about midnight is whenever her daughter started. She lives in Texas, and she started driving here. And told me, Marlene's friends, that what had happened, and they put in a rod and a steel rod and some screws, and they said that the surgery went as perfect as it could have fucking possibly gone. So it was extremely successful, and so that was good. And I had been calling her every day to check on her. And then yesterday, Sunday, I went to go visit her in the hospital. And I brought her a fucking card and all that shit, and she was doing great. She has already started walking and doing physical therapy
Fuck
again.
yeah.
And then
I didn't
today,
think it'd be this soon. I'm very proud of
I
her.
know, right? And like, but because she's like a dramatic old lady,
That sounds like how a 20-year-old might heal. That's if you're
because
lucky.
she's a dramatic old lady. Yesterday, she was like, "I don't think I'll ever walk again," and then immediately went to say, "But yesterday I walked," and it's like, "What do you mean?"
No.
Like,
She just no, the next day she went.
truly. But it was so fucking like weird to see like her fucking like basically her battle scars because like she isn't a small woman, but her
I put
legs
one
are
across
very
her face
thin.
just for good measure.
Yeah, she's not very petite, but she's a rather like large around like the torso and middle area, but her legs are very skinny. So like you've seen like I'm very skinny and tall, so her legs are about the same like thickness as mine are. So it went
Mhm.
from so her normal leg went from like this to fucking because of how fucking swollen it
Wow.
was.
Fuck
Yeah,
me.
it was fucking huge. So then she has
I'm
like
still
one
yeah.
incision. So if this is like her whole ass leg, she has an incision here, another incision here, and then one closer to the knee here. And it's like I don't know why the fuck they did the one at the knee, but whatever. So
Well, because an arrow went there.
uh and
Just for
then
good measure.
another thing that makes this better is they didn't think that she'd be able to get to a bed in any of the physical therapy places for at least 2 weeks, but they got one for her today. So
Mhm.
she starts. So now she is there, and she starts actually being treated tomorrow. So yay!
I can't get out of my head the horrifying thought of like blood curdling screams because your fucking femur bone got shattered for 45 minutes.
I
Like for
know,
those
right?
counting, that's as long as like and actually I don't think it's
45-minute
trivial.
movie. That's
I was
crazy.
gonna say as long as like an episode of a Netflix series, but I don't know if I want to trivialize it like that. That's a
That's
long
3
fucking
episodes of
time.
SpongeBob.
That's like that's like, give me a moment. That's like at least 5 episodes of like classic SpongeBob. 'Cause they fit like
Yeah,
2 into 15 minutes back then or something like that, right? 2 into 30.
yeah. I think it was 2 into
Yeah,
15.
yeah. Oh, that was quick. But anyway, but God, with the fact that she recovered so quick, you have such wonderfully, also horribly strange tales that happen in your neighborhood. Like, I'd
Yeah.
love to visit, but also I think I wouldn't come back out if I did. I'm going to end up at the bottom of someone's tire by the time I fucking exit the fucking state. So,
Oh my God. There are these lesbians that are in our neighborhood that always decorate their house fucking crazy no matter what time of year it is. So for Halloween they went all out with that fucking like that 12-foot fucking skeleton thing that you can get at Home Depot.
mhm.
Okay, well to multi-purpose it for Christmas, they started dressing it up as Santa Claus and having it decorate a large fucking tree in their front yard.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say because this would have been so fucking cool. Dressing him up as like Scrooge, like the Patrick Stewart one.
Oh, maybe.
That that'd be a fucking cool thought. Like getting a top hat, a scarf, a coat. I think that would like no offense to people who are so into Christmas, but like I think that would be a cooler look than
Hmm.
the Santa, a big
They also
fucking
have like
skeleton Santa.
they're smaller skeletons, like climbing up the walls of the house or whatever, and it's like I'll have to take a
Oh
picture and
shit!
fucking put it up one day.
Wait, did they dress them up as elves or something? Like, like
They
to?
haven't finished yet, so I don't know what they're gonna do with those. But that's what they
She
did for
truly is
Halloween. I
making
don't
the
know if they're
nightmare
gonna
before Christmas. That's what's going on.
truly. But the thing is, though, is our neighborhood's HOA has a rule where you can't decorate for something, but for a holiday, only if it's within 30 days of that holiday.
That's
And
so fucking
collectively,
weird.
well, it's to prevent like people like, keeping up their Christmas lights in fucking March type of shit.
Why is
But
that? Like,
like
I
even
understand why it's
then, I don't
annoying,
really
but why
care.
the fuck would that be an actual like issue to address? Having
I
Christmas
don't
lights up
know.
in March.
It's like it has something to do with like how easy it is to fucking resell the houses and shit like that. It's just bullshit. But soon we're
Oh,
gonna
I'm
be
not
taking
buying
control of
this
our
house
own
because
HOA.
that motherfucker down the street won't take down his Christmas lights. Like, what the?
I mean, if you have an
What
issue with that
silver?
and you see it, like
What silver spoon motherfucker would like say this is the house of my dreams, but that guy 3 doors down won't take down his Christmas lights? I'm
people,
God. I like
the white,
honestly.
the white do
I'm not
that
even
shit.
super duper into Christmas, but knowing I have a neighbor like that would make me more likely to get a house.
I know because it looks pretty. Like, why would you not?
Like
Anyways, whatever.
it's fucking
So,
cool and like it's kooky depending on how far into the year you got it. It's weird and I love that shit, you know?
so the neighborhood has collectively been like, fuck the HOA. We like how your house looks. And so some of my
Right.
neighbors have been like, yo, if you ever get fined, we'll fucking pay for it. Like, I don't give
Oh
a shit.
shit. That is wonderful camaraderie actually. That I
I know,
didn't
right?
expect that.
Great.
Like that's like oh one would be kind of bleak but kind of funny as well is if it's like, you know what, you kind of half-assed the Christmas decorations this year. You're on your own when it comes to the fines. It's
Make
just
them
like
better and maybe we'll pay.
even better next year, bitch. But yeah,
Yeah.
oh, just
But
throw
so
up the
whenever
ante.
all the houses are built and sold in our subdivision, we'll finally be able to like take control of our own HOA.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yay!
just
And then we'll finally know where our fucking $50 a month is going. Because
like
it's
it.
like, what the fuck is that paying for? If like 400 fucking people are paying $50 a month, that's a lot of fucking money
Yeah,
being paid.
my dad
Damn.
my dad about a year ago so that we could have like more even porch lights for people like basically this thing that he did because I think this was before we actually got the porch lights replaced um is he got these solar powered lights that are made to be Christmas lights that like shine onto your fucking house,
Yep.
but they just shine onto the porch and we have them going as long as they will go. And that's the one thing we haven't gotten a complaint about, is because it's pretty. It gets in the way of absolute fuck all. And it just adds a little pizzazz. It's
Oh,
colorful, it's whimsical, it's kooky, and it bothers nobody. It's great. Like
but
it's not even like the next door neighbor goes, oh shit, it's shining eye now. Like it's you know
yeah. Oh my God. But so there's these one fucking people that live on a very specific corner, uh, and everyone
oh,
in
Ashley's
the
gone.
neighborhood. Oh, almost like I mentioned it.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it.
What do you fucking mean? I pointed and I said, "Oops," and then you looked over and then looked back at me, like
Oh, I think I looked over here, but I didn't look over here.
whatever. So there's this one fucking house.
No, no,
So
I
that
looked over. No, you like the difference is I looked over here, but she was just out of eye line, or would have been if she was here. Yeah.
whatever. So there's this people that live on this very specific corner, and the entire neighborhood fucking hates these people because they're
Mhm.
assholes. And even their own family like lived down the street and specifically moved to another subdivision so they didn't have to fucking live near these people. So like, too bad. So our house
I guess the
fucking
Catholic.
reported one year because the curtains that we used for our front window were red during December because we wanted to be like a little bit Christmassy. And that's
Wait,
apparently against
you have
the
red
HOA's
windows?
curtains in a visible window, which is
What?
Bullshit. Like, not only is
Oh,
it a
if someone
bullshit
gets
rule,
murdered,
it's
we want to
also
make sure we see the blood spray. Is that
well,
it? Like,
not only well, just because it's not like aesthetic, it doesn't fit the design like fucking colors of the
fuck
rest of the neighborhood.
off.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But it's like, wait a minute, how does that make sense? Because some of
That's
the
so
fucking garage
impossibly
doors,
subjective.
well, not necessarily. Like, I can kind of get it. Like, it's dumb to make it an official rule. Um, but it's not the people, the actual HOA doesn't come as far into the neighborhood to get to my house. So that means these bitches had to go through the neighborhood and individually take pictures and report people to the HOA. Which is like,
This is
you
how you know
fucking
you
have
live
nothing
around.
better to do with your time.
This is how you know you live around Southern white people. This is the
No, this is
telltale
how you know
sign.
you live next to cunts. Because like fucking rednecks don't give a shit. Rednecks don't care. Regular Southerners
Oh, I thought
will not
rednecks would be the
care.
first people to go. I was gonna imitate the accent, but I forgot that you don't
Fucking
like that.
don't. I'll
I,
slit your throat.
I won't. I won't. But I thought they'd be the first to go like, "You take those daggum things down, I swear I tell you," or something.
No, the fucking rednecks don't give a shit. Fucking
Okay,
rednecks live in
okay.
shacks. They don't care. Like,
Which
those are the
if they did,
people.
it'd be ironic because they're always talking about war on Christmas.
No, that's not a redneck. That's a Catholic.
Oh,
Catholics and rednecks are very different.
I should get to know the difference. I really should.
Yes, because Catholics can be anywhere in the Bible Belt or anywhere in the world, really. Like,
I don't
typically
like
they're in the Bible
calling
Belt.
anything
That
a
doesn't.
Bible belt because that comes with connotation.
You fucking mean.
It kind of makes me think of that.
That's not what the fuck it means. It's a belt of the United States where typically people this line and down are Catholics.
Where the fuck did my hand go? There we go. Okay.
I don't know how the fuck this is news to you. Uh,
I've heard
but
the term.
anyways,
It just always made me think of like, that.
no,
But anyway,
like yeah, Catholics fucking spank their kids. That's not what it's talking about.
okay.
Or I guess technically the South spanks their kids. Like that's a fucking huge thing here. Oh my god. Speaking of, I only ever got spanked once as a kid. It never happened again.
Was it one spank or was it like a series of
No,
spanks that happened only once?
yeah, it was a spanking that happened once. I think uh, it was either my dad or my grandma that did it whenever I was like very, very little. And then my mom lost her fucking mind at that shit.
Oh
So it
yeah.
never happened again.
That sounds like your mom. Yeah.
Well, because she's from New York, so that's like not a fucking thing. You hit them with spoons, not your belt. Like there's a difference.
How about you just don't hit little tiny children? How about that? Like,
No, she's an Italian. There's a way of doing it where it doesn't leave marks.
I know, but how about we don't physically abuse people who
Yeah.
are
So
smaller
what
than
you
us?
do is if you're an Italian
Or,
child,
and
you put
wait,
your
sorry,
hands
sorry,
out.
or bigger than us. How about we just don't hit people? Is that okay? Is
No,
that
so if you're an Italian child, you stick your hands out, and then your mother typically gets a wooden spoon and smacks your fucking fingers.
I don't, it's just like, what person in the history of ever has become like has gotten any better because of a spanking, but I have a whole bunch of other horrible shit come with it. Like, is it
And
worth
that's
it?
not a
It's not.
spanking. That's not a spanking.
Okay, okay, okay. Or from corporal punishment in general. Like, I can't name one person who didn't have some sort of fucked up values in their head. Like, even though that one thing was fixed that they were hit for.
To
Like,
take an
it's so,
inspirational quote from
yeah,
Andrew Cuomo, I don't abuse my kids. I'm just Italian.
like, corporal punishment, all it does, like, yes, it teaches, like, maybe the lesson you wanted to, and that doesn't even
No,
happen all the time. Hold on. Also, makes more kid hitters. Like it just makes another generation of people who thinks it's okay to hit another person for
oh,
like hit another
you
person
weren't.
you are in charge of.
Are you not aware where like spanking comes from?
I probably learned it at some point. I forget.
Okay, so like typical like a Southern American spanking stems all the way back to slavery, where the way how people learn in order is to hit them quickly. And then like that became like a generational thing where a lot of time like horror families just learn to keep someone in line, you fucking hit them. And
It's
then it's
like
now stemmed down to this.
if like I've heard people to the end of the moon and back go like, "Hey, this person doing this shitty thing, that tells you they didn't get hit as a kid. If they got hit as a kid, they would have been put right back in check." There are friends that we both mutually have. I'm not gonna name them, of course, because that'd be shitty. But I think you might even know one of the people I'm talking about, who's like, it's okay to do that because it's like, it teaches them. But it's like it there's a reason that there was like so many studies put into, hey, positive reinforcement works so much better than negative. It's like if you're like there's so much more negative shit than positive that comes with hitting someone to teach them a lesson. And it just teaches them that that's okay and gives them more, yeah, like I know we've mentioned this before. It's just so wild to me that that's still a thing, and makes no sense. It's like that tells me you've never talked to anybody anywhere near the field of like of childcare or psychology or working with people in any way whatsoever who's actually been good at it. Yeah, that tells me that's a person with a pretty like sheltered life if they think that hitting is the only way to get that point across. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Steve. The South isn't really known for science.
It's like it's like talk to one psychologist and I guarantee in like 5 minutes they'll tell you like 15 better ways
Because
to
they
get your
went to
point across.
school and learned a little bit more words than I did doesn't mean they're better than me. Why should I take their word over mine? That's
Oh
basically the
fuck.
thought process. Isn't that fucking insane?
Like when I was watching I know I loop everything back around to this, but just bear with me. When I was watching Infinity War and I was
I
like
swear to
seeing that
God.
one scene, hold on, where I was seeing that one scene where Thanos is turning little Gamora's head away as like he's slaughtering half her people. I'm like, if you had to turn her head away, is that not a hint, maybe?
Don't look as I
No,
murder your
no,
family.
half
Watch
of her
out.
species, half of the.
That's not the part that matters. It's her family. That's the part that
I'm
matters.
saying, like,
Genocide is
not send a
fine,
little
but
fucking hint. It's like, knock, knock,
I don't like that I
motherfucker.
said that.
Like, if you need to hide your kids from what you're doing, check on what you're fucking doing. Unless it's like, if it's a violent thing, then that applies. But there's a few things that you shouldn't show your kid that are fine to do. Like,
Sorry, I just remembered another thing relating to Marlene I wanted to talk about.
wait, relating to what?
To Marlene.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay, keep going.
Theme Shatterer. The fucking the lady with the broken hip. Goddamn. Whenever we got to the hospital yesterday to go visit her, we we overheard her through the door yelling at her daughter, put more blush on, because they were putting her makeup on and they didn't want to make her look pale. And then whenever
Someone
we
whose
walked
fever was
in,
just shattered.
yeah, well, it was a few days ago at this point. Like she broke it on
Okay.
Tuesday and yesterday was Sunday. So
Okay.
she wanted to look good, so she was having her daughter put makeup on her, and she wanted to use more blush that way she wouldn't look as pale. And whenever we got in there, she was like, she was talking. Daughter was talking about how she kept demanding to use more blush, and she was like, "Mom, I don't want you to, I don't want to make you look like a hooker." And it was very funny to the rest of us.
I sorry. I don't know if we
Marlene,
were we actually supposed
she
to say her name. Okay. Okay.
like
Okay.
she thinks
Uh,
that all this is fucking interesting as shit. So if I show this to her later, she'll think it's funny.
okay. But like,
Uh,
but I would find funny.
yeah, Marlene really likes like she says that she likes dark humor, but I think that she just like her version of dark humor is way different than my version of dark
Yeah,
humor.
there's
Like mine
different
goes
types of
deep.
dark humor. There's
Yeah,
many
yeah.
different. Yeah.
So so she's like the pure innocent old woman dark humor.
Oh my stars and garters.
But she's not from the South though, so she doesn't sound like that.
How does pure innocent dark humor sound? Example, please.
Oh, that's a good question. How
Like
does
her
pure
version of
innocent dark
the
humor sound?
darkest her humor gets is calling people a hooker. Like that's as far as her
That's
brain goes
still
into the depths
pretty
of
decently dark. That's just nowhere near as dark as you go. Yeah.
no, because if it was from the south, we would have said a hussy. So it's a
Is a
difference.
hussy and a hooker the same thing?
Not fully, but
I thought
so
a
like a
hussy was.
hooker.
I thought a
So
hussy
like
was just a slut.
yeah, but like
Which, by
we
the way,
still
no
would have
slut shaming here. You do what you like. I thought that's what it was.
like yes, but we still would have said hussy.
Okay. Wait. So both. But so okay. So both sluts and hookers are both called hussies.
No,
Okay. Also, sex
like
work is real work. Forgot to say that as well.
oh my god, we don't need to fucking defend ourselves from everything. If you're
I'm
getting
just
offended
saying,
over me
because if
fucking
this is the
stating facts,
only instance you're hearing of this, I want to make sure. So what were you saying?
I don't give a shit at this point. Like,
That's why I
anyways, so
said it. You
like,
didn't have to.
whatever. So like a slut is like something that you would mean it if you like really want to get in someone's face, like you're a fucking slut. Because like you slept with my husband, you're a slut.
It has such a fucking
But like a
punch to it.
hussy,
Like the harsh keys.
but like a hussy is like what you would describe with someone that's like, between the like. I don't mean that they're doing anything sexual at this age. I'm just
Right.
describing that this age range is between like 12 and fucking like 22 kind of area.
Why would
It's like
you
if
call
you're
someone that young a hussy? I'm not following on that.
it's hard for me to give a better descriptor, but basically if you're putting on blush and like makeup and shit at that age, you would
Oh,
like
they like it's like one of those
possibly refer
analogies
to
where
them
like
as
when
a
you're really
hussy.
young, they don't think too far into it. Is that it? Like they just throw the label out, but they don't really go
Yes.
into it. Okay, I see. I see.
But
'Cause, yeah,
then
we
as you
have.
get older, like like 16 through 22 area, if you're like known for like spending time, whether that be sexually or just kissing a bunch of dudes, you're a hussy.
Are you holding hands with the neighborhood boy, you hussy? Why does everybody
Why did you
in
make
the
a
states?
southerner a Jew?
I was just gonna say, I make every old person sound Jewish. It's over
I mean,
half
I
of the
guess it's
old people
because
I've
most old
known.
people you've been around are Jewish. So like,
Yeah, like yeah, it was most of my childhood exposure to old people was Jews. So it's my
so it
default.
makes sense to me. All I can hear in my fucking brain is all the southern accents, so I get it.
So when I talk about my family, like you assume, like you
No,
think about
I
them
hear
in your head.
Jews in
Oh,
when you
okay,
talk about your
okay.
family. But whenever I think about just old people in general, I hear Southern
I
people.
will say though, of all of the like the southern slang, that definitely sounds like it actually could also come out of a Jewish old person's mouth is all because
Eh,
they're not that kind of person. Well, they're where they'll do that, but I could see them like if someone just like ran over their cat on purpose or something, like the fucking hussy or something.
yeah, like it's a term that can be used in multiple ways, but that's like the general term of like of trying to think of like another way to describe a person like this because it's definitely like the age range of like just hit puberty to like early 20s area where it's like
It makes the definition of
oh
the
I guess
slang term different depending on the age, I assume.
yeah
Yeah.
kinda
Because
like I
holding
guess
again
another way
when
to
you're a kid,
describe
it's
it
more of a thing about when you're a kid, it's more of a thing about holding hands and shit like that. And when you're an
here
adult,
let
it's
me
full
just
on.
let me
Yeah,
describe it like this. So if any of you have ever seen Golden Girls, there's a character named Blanche. She's Southern, described as a hussy.
I would. Yeah, I assume that. Yeah.
Yes, that is the best way that I can describe that.
Too nice of a word to describe Blanche, but okay.
No, no,
Well,
I
okay.
agree.
She
That's
is
what I'm saying.
also
Like,
kind
if
of
we're
an
gonna give her
asshole,
an
but
age,
like not for her sexual activity. That's true.
no, she's just a narcissist. That's different.
I do think she's a bit of an asshole sometimes.
No, she's just a narcissist. Different. She just wants to preserve her beauty because she can't handle the fact that she's getting
But
old.
she'll very clearly put someone else down to do it. Like that is in my
Yeah, but
opinion,
it's
kind of.
funny. It's called a sitcom, Steve. You got to have someone that's like
I'm
that.
saying, well, yeah, you can have assholes in sitcoms, and I think she might be one.
No. She's just from the
Like Britta Perry from Community, she's not like supposed to be an asshole until like later seasons where they point it out, but she's always been kind of an asshole, you know?
fucking Golden Girls is so good.
Golden Girls
I
is
love
so fucking good.
I fucking love the Golden Girls
I gotta
so
continue
much.
watching that. I keep forgetting.
I'm
Yeah.
so upset that almost all of them are dead. It's just Betty White that's left.
Betty White
What?
keeps trending on Twitter, and it keeps scaring the shit out of me.
I keep thinking she's dead.
I keep thinking
I've
she's either dead or canceled, and if she got
okay.
canceled
If
for
someone
something,
figures out how to cancel Betty White, no matter what it is, and you can quote me on
that's the
this.
collapse of society.
No matter what it is, if she's getting canceled, I don't care. She's done so much good for the world that like
She has.
it outweighs whatever she's done.
Like I'm saying, if she straight up said the F slur, which like we're the one we can like take claim for, but like if she says
Oh yeah,
that,
no, I'm not gonna. Let me clarify. I'm not gonna let her slide if it's the other one. Uh,
yeah, no.
that's the one
If
where
she
I'll take a
said
stand.
if we
Everything
find
else.
if we find an N slur, then I'm like society's about to collapse because Betty White is officially canceled. But no, um, yeah, but anyway,
You hear that, Betty? I'll fucking hunt you down.
on thin ice, Betty, even though you've never done anything. No, but no. I keep thinking Betty White's dead, and apparently that's not an uncommon thing on Twitter because like it's filled with people like either talking about her career and going, "Stop making Betty White trend. It keeps making me shit my fucking self."
I have predicted her death a few times now, and I think that she will make it to 2022. I do not believe she'll make it to 2023.
I think that's a fair estimate, and I think she wait. So isn't her 100th birthday next year?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think that's
okay. If
when
she
her
makes it to
ticker will
100, I
stop.
think that's fair.
I think that's
Like,
when the end of the road appears. Like, I think that she'll fucking like there'll be a huge level up thing in the sky, and it'll just say game over. And no,
honestly, I would like assuming
that's when the simulation ends. Is when Betty White
Don
dies.
Don, you know that I'm not religious, but
Mhm.
I would assume that when Betty White reaches the age of 100, the very day that it happens, that's when the second coming of Christ happens.
That's the fucking rapture.
He personally opens the gates of heaven on earth and walks her up to it himself.
Yeah, but like Betty's the first to go, and we have to
That's
let her go first because she'll take the longest to get up the
I
stairs.
don't care
Uh,
how long she takes up those stairs. She can take her fucking time. The rest of
well, it'll take
humanity
her
can
long
wait.
enough that like at least like another 50 years to go by before like it finally like really happens because it took her so long to get up there. Because
Like
like for her to
she'll
walk like 3 steps with her bodyguards is like 20 minutes at least. So to walk from fucking the earth all the way up in the sky, like that's gonna take her a while.
for 20
Especially if she needs
fucking
to make
years,
like
you're
pit
just gonna
stops.
see the same stairway to heaven like in the middle of whatever city that she's in, and it's just gonna
Yeah.
be there because like people get over it, but it's gonna be just there as a landmark getting in people's way. And
Yeah.
so eventually the people are just gonna get used to it. You see your car horns around it and shit. And it's just get
Like,
on with
God
it.
damn it, Betty, can't you just fucking go up faster? Shit.
Just like, oh my god, the fucking stairway has like a little one of those like school bus stop signs that comes out of it.
What's gonna be the most fucked up is the stairway. You could like use binoculars and still see her, so it'll be like the worst fucking loading bar ever.
Oh my god, someone's gonna set up a tourist attraction at the base of the stairs that has one of those telescopes like that you can put quarters in.
That you fucking be like,
She has
look, you could see
well,
Betty's ass.
like there's no shortcut. She has to go all the way to heaven manually. Like
And it's like one of those tiny steps where like each step is like a fucking centimeter. It's just like, oops,
she's just taking her sweet ass
all the way up.
time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, fucking old. And what's gonna be fucked up is if she gets to the top and then falls.
Like there's like at a fucking subway station there's a gap and she doesn't mind the gap.
Well, I meant like she fucking. What's that bit where it's like they play the piano as he falls all back down the stairs or whatever?
There's a just like a fucking Elton John bit. Oh my god. Oh
And then
fuck!
Elton John starts playing, "Don't go breaking my heart, don't go breaking my,
Don't go breaking my everything.
don't go breaking my, don't go breaking my hip."
Don't go breaking my skeleton. No, but is I think Elton John's going to heaven. Do you think?
No, he's gay. He's obviously going to hell. What are you talking about?
If he and Freddie Mercury are in hell, hell is the funnest place on earth.
It's not on Earth.
Well, if you go by bedazzled logic, then heaven and hell are both right here on earth. Also, like, okay, I also want to say before the show ends, Brendan Fraser Bedazzled, yes, it's got a lot of fan service, but it is a very fucking underrated movie. The original may be better, but it's so fucking good still, and it's so fun. Watch the Brendan Fraser Bedazzled. It's very good. Sorry, what? What was that?
I love that movie. Devil Wishes, all that stuff. Great stuff. Right?
It's fun. It's a great movie, and it's like it's very imaginative. I don't know how much it steals from the original, but steals. It's a remake, but yeah, watch the Brendan Fraser Bedazzled, and like a great quote from it is, heaven and hell are right here on earth, and they're really like it's a generic quote, but it just puts some shit in perspective,
You know what I just remembered
but
is that, like, I'm not currently dating anyone, so I'm gonna be super pissed if I once again don't have anyone to kiss on New Year's. I'm gonna be so
oh
fucking
fuck.
angry. I'm gonna be so
If it
fucking
helps,
angry.
I probably won't have anyone to kiss on New Year's,
I don't
except
care.
well, actually no, I do have one thing to kiss at the end at New Year's, and it's the end of a pipe. It's the thing I have to kiss at New Year's is the very thing that delivers that sweet, sweet THC and
I thought you were
CBD
gonna
into
say
my
that's
lungs.
sweet dick. What?
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. It cut out.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So we're now at the end of the show.
linktr.ee/we are improv.
Sure, whatever I was saying.
Contact your local representatives about climate change. Have a lovely time. Mwah.
I love that you just steamrolled everything that I was gonna say.
Because you always make me do it. I thought that you can
Yeah.
go.
Well, no, I was gonna like, it doesn't matter.
I can cut mine out.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
Bye.
What a fucking shit show that was. That was a thing in a place. I'm one of your hosts, Don. I date a new man every fucking week. This is Ashley. She's a lesbian. And this is Steve. He's Jewish. Ashley, what the fuck do we have on Patreon?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Don. On the Patreon, you can see these shows a week early, along with a bunch of other shit.
Oh my fucking god. Well, guess what you can get on Twitter?
You could get a whole shit ton of fucking updates and stupid fun shit and like notifications 15 minutes before we start any one of our shows.
So you'll never miss out on anything. In a way, how you'll definitely never miss out on anything, even if it's not even a live event. You can join our Discord. We even chat with people in our server. Literally, every single fucking day. Come to Discord. It's great. And then if you want to find some other shows, there's this.